Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, doing another video. Thank you guys so much for taking time out to check it out. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't yet already done so, because I'd appreciate that as well. And also it helps out the channel tremendously, and it makes me feel good. So yeah, there's always that. Now this video isn't what you think. I'm sure a lot of people are going to dislike the video, or maybe like the video, based on just what it's called. And that's, I guess, a little bit premature, or you know, whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to bring something up. Like, I'm not unhappy that The Last Guardian is getting good scores. I don't wish games to get bad scores. I actually don't. I think that's bad for the industry. I think that's just bad in general. I want people to be happy with gaming and things like this. So this isn't really anything to do with the good scores that The Last Guardian are getting. But I do want to point out something. And again, 100% legit thing I'm going to say here. If somebody can explain to me and look and put the work in like I just did to look at the reviews for The Last Guardian, and then look at the reviews for ReCore, and then see the similarities but then see a difference in the way that they were final graded, okay? And what I want to say is I wanted to point out the difference and the bias and things like that, right? Like ReCore, what was the main complaints with that? Let's just take a look real quick. And you guys can feel free to look up any of the reviews for ReCore that you want, the big sites, the little sites, whatever. The main complaints were the loading times, some slight frame rate issues, and some clunky controls at times, right? And then that game scored fairly low. You know what I mean? I think that it scored a what did it score here? It scored a 63. Okay. Now right now, as I'm doing this video, The Last Guardian is at an 82 on Metacritic. And now every single review that I've read, and I've read all the big sites, all of them complained about the frames per second. And I can also link the article that says that on the regular PS4, this thing drops down into single frames per second, so under 10. Now that's a bit of an issue. Okay, so you have a really damaging frames per second, clunky controls, and you also have some general bugs and glitches, right? Same things that were mentioned with ReCore. So you read some of these, right, and they're like, well, you know, the Trico doesn't listen, it was clunky, the frame rate was bad, and then you're like, okay, you keep reading and you're expecting this to get like a 6, and then they're like 9 out of 10. And so at that point, you're like, WTF, question mark? You know what I mean? Why, this would be the question that I have, right? Why do Xbox games get graded harsher? You know, I realized that that The Last Guardian was probably going to get some good review scores only because the media likes to see a good success story and things like that. And the only thing that it likes more than a success story is a failure story, right? So they like the failure stuff on the Xbox side. They like to promote the success stuff on the Sony side. So this game, you know, that's what they want to do. Like, it makes a happy ending to the story, right? Like, oh, this game took, you know, 9-10 years to come out, but when it did, it's a masterpiece. But what I don't really understand is how a game can have crippling frames per second issues, can have clunky controls and general wonkiness and glitches and things like this and issues like that, and still score the way that it does on a PlayStation platform. And then a game that has those same issues but even less issues, if you want to look at things, and score much, much worse. I just thought I would point out some of the hypocrisy. Now, here's where this comes in. If somebody wants to explain this to me, please do so. Hit me up on Twitter at @_Crapgamer, or message me on the Facebook page, or Xbox Live MOH Space Crapgamer, or PSN, just regular Crapgamer. You know, I would love to get the explanation on this. Not fanboyness aside, because I'm not unhappy that the game scored good. I'm just saying, if reviewers can overlook the problems on this game and give it a good score, why didn't they do the same thing with the Xbox game that had the same problems? You know, it's one of life's mysteries, I guess. You know, at the very least, you're probably going to leave a stupid, snotty comment like, hey, fat boy, or whatever, or get over it, or, you know, something stupid or clever. And but at the end of the day, my point is valid, and I would love, you know, I'll go on any podcast, any PlayStation podcast. If somebody wants to just explain to me how this happens, you know what I mean, just let me know. Anyway, sound off, comment, rate, subscribe, rack 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crapgamer out.